Hey guys, it's FIFA Rally here, and welcome to episode 72 of Let's FIFA 13. And we start this episode off by sending all the gold players to the trade pile, because their prices have gone down quite a bit, especially Ibrahimovic and Ribery, and I would probably make a big loss on them, but it doesn't really matter too much, because every player does go down in price. The only thing it means is I will be able to pick up less players once the market starts to settle again, because I will be able to pick up Ibrahimovic and Ribery again, because the price will keep on going down, and I will probably make a slight bit of profit when I buy them back. But we go into the first game of this episode, and we get a nice goal there with Mike can lead it, and he will get on the ball once again here, and we will pass it in, and we'll find Jaja, a nice overhead flick, but it is saved, and no goal that time around. And this is the round of 16th of the Gold Cup, and Jaja once again on the ball, and I praised him before. He is such a good player. He's not very quick, but he's really strong on the ball and very difficult to push off the ball. And here's some nice stuff. He will make his way into the box, and that will make it a 2-0. So looking really good, and then is Mike and later once again on the ball. Not quite sure what to do, but I do manage to go past two defenders here, make my way into the box, and I try with the Rabona finish, but it does hit the bar. Could have been a pretty nice goal, and straight from the goal kick. I was not really focusing on FIFA, and he picks the ball up and he goes on the counter there, and it's not before it's too late that I realize he's on the counter and he's through on goal. He will pass it across there and he will make it a 2-1. So a really stupid goal to give up there by me, but I'll push back a few minutes later here with Quintero taking out his keeper, and that is a penalty. Jaja, he steps up and he will score his second goal of the game to make it a 3-1. And we keep on creating chances, and he does a really stupid slide tackle there, and he does get his Mangala sent off there. And if I will manage to pick up another penalty here in the 70th minute or something like that, and that I'm not quite sure that is a penalty, but Jaja will complete his hat trick, and then he will end the game off by getting another player sent off. I believe it's Moutinho there with a really stupid challenge there. So that is how the game ends. I'm through to the quarterfinals, and I win a 4-1. So looking pretty good, and Jaja playing a really good game for me, scoring the 3 goals and a pretty nice skill goal as well. Another thing I quickly want to touch on is you guys wanted me to start a career mode, and some of you guys didn't want me to do it, and I'll most likely not be making a career mode for once, because it's very difficult to get any skillful gameplay against the AI. And another thing is there's already a lot of good career modes which you could check out. There's Japes, he's making some really good career modes, and especially called Freezy. That is actually what made me start trying out the career mode. And I have to say, if you have played online and you're tired about all the pay stuff, you should definitely try out career mode. It's actually quite relaxing playing and see your players improving. But I will not be making any videos on it, and you should definitely check out Japes and Calfreezy's career modes. They're really entertaining to watch. But moving on, I'm down 2-0 in the quarterfinals, and I do try to push back, but I just couldn't get that goal. And then just before halftime, I cannot catch up with Hulk. He'll cross it in, and it is Robinho winning the header there to make it a 3-0. So not looking very good. And we go into the second half, and I did create quite a few chances, but I did only create one skill chance in the second half, and it doesn't really come to anything. So I end up losing game a 3-0. I thought a few of the goals he got wasn't really deserved, but then again, I didn't score any goals. So I've said this before, if you don't score, you do not deserve to go through. So we go into the round of 16. Once again, we keep going with the 4-4-2 silver side, and I will eventually match up against this opponent who does not have the best chemistry Premier League side there, and we'll get the game started in the second minute. Over the top through ball there to Quincy to get completely open here out on the wing. He will go past one defender here and make his way into the box. Rabona cross, and Elton will hit that one into the back of the net to make it 1-0. I'd hope for a better finish, but it doesn't really matter too much. Elton picks the ball up straight away from kickoff. He goes past 2 defenders. Nice stuff here. He will find Fed Facides, a nice sideways volley there to make it a 2-0. So looking really good. And then we try to go for that compilation goal, going past the keeper once, going past him twice, and I had hoped for a better Rabona, at least a Rabona finish, and I had hoped for it to be into the back of the net, but unfortunately it does not go in. And then in the 41st minute he decides to rage quit. So I win the quarterfinal, round of 16 I mean, and I go into the quarterfinals, and we keep going with the 4-4-2 side. If you win a game, I feel I should keep going with the same side, so that is what I do. And I come up against a 4-5-1 Brazilian side here, and he would actually proved to be a really good player. Some really nice stuff here with Ronaldinho, and it's 1-0, and that was a pretty good goal actually. And then in the 8th minute, I will use the set piece that I actually decided to use it for my career mode, and I got inspired by a guy which link I will leave in the description. He sent it as a video response to my set piece. I believe it's episode 45 where I made some corner set pieces and free kick set pieces. He sent that set piece to me, and he actually made it like free places around the box, and it's actually really useful if you want to get a goal. So I will leave a link to that in the description if you want to check it out, and I'll probably make a video on it as well because I made it for a few more positions around the box. But moving back to the gameplay, he picks up a penalty here, and I do manage to save it, so it is still a 2-1. But in the second half, what a goal by Ronaldinho, getting a second nice goal there. And it's a 3-1, and I will of course try and push back, and I win a free kick here straight from the kickoff, and we'll pass it to Antonio Ferreira. He goes past Marcelo, and that will make it a 3-2. And I do not get another nice chance, a skill chance here before the 86th minute. It is Wallison going past two defenders, but his finishing is not the best, and there is no goal. So I end up losing another quarterfinal 3-2, and that means that we are back into the round of 16 for the third time in this episode, and that will also be the last game of this episode. And we decide, after doing a bit of club maintenance, to go with the 4-3-3 silver side, and I will come up against a team which is quite a pacey here, a lot of pacey Brazilian players, and then a toe on the top alongside Wellington. And he will get this game started here in the 9th minute. I changed my defender, and that was a stupid move because the silver defender's AI defending is not the best. You're way better off defending yourself. So I'm down 1-0, but I will try and push back here. In the 40th minute, I win a corner. And straight from the corner, bicycle kick finish by Cortez. And that will make it 1-1. And just 5 minutes later, it's Ortega making his way into the box. Nice stuff here, and in the end, he picks up a penalty. And once again, it's one of those situations where I just don't think there's a penalty. And I hope they kind of improve the way the game is about the penalties, because sometimes it feels like it's a bit stupid the way you get them. But moving on to the gameplay, once again, we use the free kick set piece. As you can see, it is quite useful. There's no players in the box to cover up any of my players, and David Luiz will get the ball and make it a 3-1. So looking really good, but just a few minutes later, he heads it on the bar, and he will get the rebound there to make it a 3-2. And I will try and push back to make it 4-2 just to have that comfortable lead. And it's just Ortega, and I thought that this was a penalty, but it was not. And in the end, there's no goal from that. But I win the game 3-2, and I'm through to the quarterfinals. And you'll have to wait for the next episode to see if I actually manage to win it this time around. But that is all for today, guys. I hope you did enjoy the episode, and I will talk to you later.